There are things in life that no one teaches you, but that the heart knows how to recognize. And one of them is when the universe decides to talk to you through the most unexpected details. You may not have even noticed, but nature speaks. And when ants start appearing frequently in your house, it's not by chance. It's a sign that something inside or around you is changing. For those who live in a hurry, this may seem silly. But the chosen ones, those who feel deeper, those who perceive beyond what the eyes show, they understand that there is something subtle yet powerful behind these small signs. Ants are discreet messengers. They do not make noise, do not ask for attention, but carry a direct call to your spirit. Perhaps you have already noticed. They always appear in the same places, near food, in a corner of the room, in a space that you consider neutral. But there is no chance. Their presence is an answer. It is the universe whispering through creation. Hey, pay attention to this. You are being cared for, but you are also being called to look within. Today's video is a dive into this sign. Together, let's understand what the ants are wanting to show you, what their energy is revealing about your moment in life. You will realize that it is not just about organization or cleanliness. It is about your soul. It is about how you have lived, moved, and felt. This is not just another random spiritual video. It is an invitation for you to understand how small events carry big messages. It is a reminder that the chosen ones do not receive messages loudly. They feel in the detail, in the silence, in what many people ignore. So stay with me until the end. Each part of this message was made for you. Who knows that nothing happens by chance? And if something inside you has already understood that this conversation is with you, follow the channel now. But not just to keep up with content, but to walk with those who are also awakening. Here, we walk together, deciphering the signs that the world does not see, but the soul recognizes. Seeing ants walking around the house may seem common, but when this happens frequently, there is a greater reason behind it. For the chosen ones, this type of sign holds profound spiritual value. Ants are messengers indicating that there is something in your life that needs to be put in order. The organization they represent goes beyond physical cleaning or tidying. It starts from within. Perhaps you are feeling overwhelmed with 1,000 things on your mind, not knowing where to start. The constant presence of ants is a gentle reminder to stop, breathe, and observe what is out of place. It may be a mess in the environment you live in, with accumulated objects, pending tasks, stagnant energies. But it can also be an internal reflection, disorganized thoughts, confused feelings, abandoned plans. The ants come to show that this is the moment to restructure all of this with calm and attention. When you start organizing your life, even the way you feel changes. Fatigue decreases, the mind clears, the heart slows down. It's as if you create a new space to breathe. And this space attracts new opportunities, new ideas, new paths. Ants teach that everything has a proper place. Living with discipline and order is not about being rigid, but about respecting the natural flow of life. When you respect this flow, everything feels lighter. Tasks weigh less, days yield more, decisions become clearer. They also show that success is born from consistency. Each grain they carry is part of a greater whole. The lesson here is simple. One step at a time. One conscious gesture per day is already enough to start transforming your environment and your interior. If ants have been appearing in your home, pay attention. See where they are, what you feel when you see them. Sometimes this detail can reveal a lot about what needs to be tidied or healed. Listen to the call with care. You don't need to do everything at once. Just take the first step. It can be organizing a drawer, changing a small habit, writing down what is bothering you. Small actions open doors to great transformations. And this is how the chosen ones advance, with attention, intention, and presence. This sign is not a demand. It is care. It is the universe saying, you are ready to organize what is preventing you from growing. Trust this process and allow yourself to move forward with more lightness and clarity. Because when life is organized, everything flows again. And you feel this in your body, in your mind, and in your soul. Ants are small, but they carry immense power. When we observe their behavior, we notice something valuable. They never give up. Even when the obstacle is larger than they are, they keep trying. They change course, retrace their steps, adapt, and they move on. They always move on. If they are frequently appearing in your house, this is a clear message for you, chosen one. It's as if the universe is telling you, don't stop now. Perhaps you are going through a tough time, filled with doubt, fatigue, or discouragement. But this sign appears to remind you of the strength that exists within you, even when it feels distant. The persistence of ants is not stubborn, it is strategic. They do not rush against a wall expecting it to fall. They observe, test, search for new alternatives until they find a passage. This is exactly what you are being called to do now. Perhaps you feel like you are moving too slowly, that things are not progressing as you would like. But even slow steps bring you closer to your destination. What matters is to continue. It does not matter the pace. What matters is the consistency. Ants teach us to trust the process, even without certainty of the immediate outcome. They carry food, knowing that it will be necessary down the line. They trust in the construction they are building every day, even if it takes time to see the results. This is the lesson for you now. Trust in the construction of your life, in the daily effort, even if no one sees it, in the attention to details, even if they seem too small. Persistence is about continuing when everything inside you asks you to stop. But a deeper voice says, go on. Allow yourself to feel proud for not giving up. Acknowledge how far you have come. The fact that you are still here, listening, seeking, trying to understand the signs, already shows that the flame inside you remains lit, and it is this light that will guide you on the more difficult days. If the ants are surrounding you, remember, it is not by chance. It is a spiritual reminder that the chosen walk with patience, even when everything seems slow, and that, even without applause, your strength is growing, a strength that comes from silent persistence. Use this sign as motivation. Keep going. Adjust your pace if you need to. Breathe deeply when you are tired, but move on, because everything you are planting now, even if you cannot see it yet, is already taking root, and in due time, it will bloom. Have you noticed how ants tend to appear near food, especially in the kitchen? This behavior, as simple as it may seem, carries a deep spiritual symbolism. When these small creatures show up in these spaces, the universe may be showing you that something good is coming. A time of prosperity is beginning to unfold around you. The kitchen symbolically represents nourishment, sustenance, and the vital energy of the home. It is where life happens every day, where food is prepared, and where care takes shape. When ants gather in this space, it is not just a coincidence. It is a spiritual sign that the energy of abundance is seeking to draw near. But this abundance does not come empty-handed. It arrives as a response to what you have been cultivating with dedication. Just as ants work tirelessly to build their path and ensure the food of the community, prosperity also requires conscious effort. It is not about chasing wealth at any cost, but about planting wisely and acting with purpose. This sign also invites gratitude. Ants live in collaboration, share resources, and act in community. Real prosperity is sustained by balance, giving and receiving, offering and accepting. When this flow is in harmony, life flourishes. Therefore, recognizing the small blessings of each day is a way to attract even more abundance into your reality. Seeing ants circulating near food can be uncomfortable at first glance, but from a spiritual perspective, it is a gentle warning. Prepare yourself. Something good is coming. It is as if the energy of growth is knocking at your door. It is up to you to make space for it to enter, organizing your thoughts, adjusting your habits, and nurturing your home with good intentions. Often, prosperity arrives slowly, like a gentle breeze that only the attentive can perceive. It manifests in unexpected opportunities, in connections that add up, in ideas that arise out of nowhere and make sense. Ants teach you that there is no need for haste, but rather for presence. Being available to receive is also a gesture of deserving. This moment is also ideal for reviewing what you have been doing with the resources you possess. How are you taking care of what you already have? Are you valuing what you have built so far? Prosperity is not just about having more. It is about honoring what has already been achieved. This appreciation opens the doors for more good things to come closer. If ants have been appearing frequently, especially in places that represent abundance, take this sign as a message from the universe. It is saying that you are ready to receive, but you must continue building with awareness. Remember, harvest only comes to those who sow with patience. Stay firm in what you believe, continue acting with dedication, and above all, keep your heart open to recognize the gifts that life places in your path. The presence of ants is the silent confirmation that everything is aligning. And when prosperity comes, you will know it is due to your merit, your effort, and the faith that has never allowed you to stop. It is impossible to observe an ant colony and not be impressed by the harmony that exists among them. No ant acts alone. Each one has its function, its rhythm, its role within the community. They share efforts, walk together, and only in this way can they build strong and lasting structures. If ants have been appearing frequently in your house, it may be a sign that it is time to rethink how you handle the support around you. Have you been carrying everything alone? Do you have trouble sharing responsibilities? Perhaps this is the moment to make space for collaboration. The chosen ones often feel that they need to be strong all the time. They think it is their duty to solve everything, protect everyone, and walk without help. But this stance, over time, becomes heavy. The universe sends signals, such as the presence of ants, to remind that asking for help is not a sign of weakness, but of wisdom. Working in a group, trusting the right people, allowing others to participate in the journey. All of this strengthens the path. When we connect with those who share the same energy and vision, everything becomes lighter. Growing together is more powerful than winning alone. Perhaps this is the time to look around you and see who is available to walk with you. It is not always easy to make space for others, but it is necessary. No one awakens fully in isolation. All deep evolution happens in the encounter with others, in the exchange of experiences, in true listening. Ants show that, even small, they are great when they unite. And with the chosen ones, the logic is the same. Unity generates strength, and strength generates movement. In a group, we are more resilient, more creative, and more prepared to face the challenges that arise. If this sign has appeared in your life, reflect. Who can you count on? Who do you need to forgive? Or who do you need to reconnect with? Sometimes healing also comes through a hug, a sincere conversation, or unexpected support. And denying this is to lose the chance to grow with more balance. Allow yourself to be part of something greater, whether in family, among friends, or in a spiritual community. When there is sharing, there is expansion. And this expansion leads you exactly where your spirit wishes to go. Opening your heart for this exchange is taking a firm step toward your mission as a chosen one. The repetition of simple signs, such as the constant presence of ants, often carries subtle messages that many people ignore. But the chosen ones learn to pay attention even to the small details. When these insects appear frequently, especially in the same places in the house, it may be a warning that there is stagnant energy asking for release. It is not always easy to notice, but environments where there are accumulated hurts, repetitive thoughts, constant arguments, or even objects forgotten for a long time end up storing dense vibrations. These energies are not seen, but are felt. They weigh on the body, disrupt sleep, and cause unexplained fatigue. Ants, being as sensitive as they are, detect these points even before you realize it. They approach cracks, corners, and stuffy areas, places where often not even air circulates properly. Spiritually, this represents parts of life that you have stopped caring for, that have been forgotten, but that still vibrate something that needs to be cleared. This cleaning is not just external, with a broom and cloth. It also needs to happen in the invisible, opening windows, letting the sun in, using coarse salt in the corners, lighting incense with intention, making a sincere prayer. All of this is a way to restore harmony and renew the vibrations of the environment. The most important thing in this process is the intention. It's no use doing rituals for the sake of doing them. What drives transformation is your commitment, your desire to truly let go of what no longer makes sense. It can be a stored feeling, a thought that repeats, or even an old guilt that still weighs on you. The chosen ones go through phases where they are called to reorganize not just the external world, but primarily the inner world. And the presence of ants may be the exact reminder that this moment has arrived. It is time to remove what is excess, inside and out, to make space for the new. You can start small. Choose one room, empty a drawer, donate what you no longer use. While you do this, quiet your mind and observe what you feel. Sometimes, the simple act of tidying up a space releases old emotions that were trapped there. The house speaks, and the body feels. When you clean with intention, everything around responds. The air feels lighter, the environment clearer. Even thoughts become more organized. Life flows again. And this does not happen by chance. Clean energy opens doors that were previously locked and invites good things to enter. So, if you have been seeing ants constantly, listen to the call. Not with fear, but with responsibility and love. It is a gentle invitation from the universe saying, you are ready to let go of what holds you back. And when you respond to this call, something within you also purifies. This is one of the tasks of the chosen ones, to take care of their own energy, to respect what they feel, and to keep the environment prepared for what is yet to come. Because the new only enters where there is space, and doing this cleaning is an act of courage, self-care, and connection to the divine. In the hustle and bustle of everyday life, it is common to overlook small things without realizing it. But ants, so discreet, appear precisely to remind you that it is in the details that the greatest lessons hide. For the chosen ones, this message is essential. Transformation begins in the simple, in what seems small but has great value. Perhaps you are waiting for a grand sign, something spectacular that will change everything at once. But the greatest awakenings often come from silent moments. Observing an ant carrying something larger than itself may seem insignificant, but it shows a strength that does not shout. It simply acts. When you learn to connect with these small gestures, something inside you begins to change. Doing a daily task with more presence, such as sweeping the house or washing the dishes, becomes a spiritual practice, not for the act itself, but for the attention you dedicate to it. The chosen ones often forget to look at the now. They are always thinking about the next step, about what needs to be resolved. But ants appear as reminders. Return to the present moment. It is here that energy moves. It is here that life truly happens. Spirituality is not only in great rituals, but also in simple things, like taking care of a plant, organizing a drawer, or sitting in silence for a few minutes. The ant teaches that daily effort, made with consistency, builds solid and lasting realities. Observing your own habits is also part of this lesson. Are you doing everything on autopilot? Have you been neglecting important moments because of haste? Taking a moment to pay attention to something small, like the movement of an ant, can be a powerful exercise in presence. The details also reveal much about you. How is your space? What have you been leaving accumulated, not only physically, but inside your heart? Small attitudes, like expressing gratitude more, listening with more patience, or taking a deep breath before reacting, have a huge impact on your energy and that of others. Seeing ants can be an invitation from the universe to slow down, to remember that not everything needs to be resolved in a rush, that there is beauty and purpose in living calmly. It is in the details that you find meaning, healing, and direction. The greatest changes come when you begin to value what seemed invisible. And this includes respecting your pace, listening to what your body says, noticing what does you good and what no longer suits you. All of this begins with attention to detail, in the silent listening of what previously went unnoticed. The chosen ones are called to live with more awareness, and this awareness is born in practice, in how you speak, how you take care of yourself, how you organize your days. None of this is too small when done with love, and each gesture, however minor it may seem, carries the seed of a significant change. So, if today the ants visited you, stop and observe. Not only them, but yourself. Pay attention to the details of your life, because sometimes it is in something tiny that the sign you have been waiting for is hidden. There are moments when life gives small nudges. Ants, with their silent and persistent way, are one of those signs. If they have been repeatedly appearing in your home, it may be the right time to look honestly at your routine. Have you been getting lost in distractions? Are you repeating habits that do not lead you to where you truly want to go? Sometimes we go into autopilot mode. We wake up, do the same things, feed the same thoughts, interact in the same way, and we don't even notice that, little by little, we are drifting away from ourselves. When ants appear frequently, they invite you to break this pattern. They remind you that it is necessary to live with more intention. This call does not come to accuse, but to awaken. Small changes, when made with presence, have enormous power. Adjusting schedules, reviewing how you take care of your body, how you use your time, and who you choose to connect with. All of this transforms your energy. And the chosen ones are those who accept to transform themselves with courage. You do not need to change everything at once. But you can start by asking yourself, what can I do today that is different from yesterday? What have I done for myself that truly nourishes me inside? What do I need to let go of to live more authentically? Ants are disciplined. They follow a plan, even if it seems simple. They do not waste movement. This is an example that the chosen ones should observe. The energy you put into things that do not do you good may be diverted from what truly matters. It is time to direct it with more awareness. This change in habit starts with small gestures. Choosing what enters your home, what you consume with your eyes, what feeds your mind. It starts with silence, with reflection. What does not resonate with your purpose can already be left behind. The signs are everywhere, and the ants have been showing you this. They are not just walking. They are pointing the way. A path of more lightness, more focus, more coherence. It is time to align thought, word, and action. Only then will you feel the clarity you seek so much. Each of the parts we explored here, organization, persistence, teamwork, prosperity, presence, cleaning, and habit change, carries an invitation. Not an invitation outward, but inward, because everything begins within. And the chosen ones feel this deeply. When the internal changes, the external also transforms. This sign invites you to take action, to set aside discouragement, to step out of autopilot, to care for your space, your energy, your journey. Not in a rush, but with presence, with purpose. Because what you plant with awareness flourishes with strength. You are not alone. There is a force that accompanies you, a wisdom that guides you, and a community of awakened people who share the same calling. Recognizing the signs of the universe is a gift, and you have been prepared for it. You are ready to live with more truth, more alignment, and more connection with who you truly are. Now tell me in the comments, have ants been appearing around you? In which part of your house? What do you feel when you see them? Let's exchange our experiences because each story inspires, and each account strengthens. We are a family of chosen ones, learning to read the messages that life sends in the details. We will meet in the next video. May the ants continue to remind you of the strength you carry, an invisible strength, but a real one.